Hey, welcome to the Drip and Stone Podcast, the podcast with two friends raise a glass and have a conversation. I'm Nick.
I'm Kyle.
Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Today, we are joined by friends of the podcast, Leatherback Brewing, all the way from the U.S. Virgin Islands.
What?
I know.
That's incredible. How did we get in contact with these guys?
Well, I'll tell you a quick story.
Okay.
We took a cruise back in early June.
Indeed. We did an episode on
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Go back and listen to that one. It was a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
And while we were in St. Thomas, I don't know how that works. While we were docked in St. Thomas, right, sure. While we were docked in St. Thomas, we did an excursion. On the way back, Carol went back to the boat. I looked to the left.
Yep.
You know what I see?
What?
Leatherback Brewing.
I saw that same building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went in and I was like, I wanted to buy a 6-pack, take it back on the boat.
Yep.
Talked to the lady behind the counter. She's like, you want to get a mixed 6-pack? I was like, absolutely. Kind of struck up a little bit of conversation, talked to her about Drip and Stone. She's like, haven't heard of you guys. She's like, well, now you have. Do you mind if we put a sticker on they have this like really cool like cooler. Right. Put a sticker on the cooler. And she was like, you want to go meet our brewer? And I was like, yeah. So that's how we got connected with Jose. Jose got us connected with David. So everybody meet Jose and David from Leatherback Brewing.
Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Hey. Thanks for inviting us.
Absolutely. So in terms of Leatherback Brewing as a whole, where did Leatherback get its start?
Yeah, there were some St. Croix natives who realized that there was a very big lack of craft beer here in the islands. And originally the talks were of importing beer. And then they spoke with a friend in the States who owned a brewery. And he said, well, don't import my beer. Why don't you make your own? And then they figured that was a much better idea. And totally. I was brought in soon after that. So then we started construction again in 2017. We're planning to be open by the end of that. And then we got hit by 2 Category 5 hurricanes. Kind of set things back a little bit.
Right.
But we did end up getting the first beer in the tanks St. Patty's weekend 2018. And we brewed on generator for 2 months until we could finally get power.
Wow.
Man, that's crazy.
Brewing on generator.
Island living.
Right. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So, Jose, what separates the St. Thomas side of the brewery? Because the brewery split up into 2 different sections, correct?
Right.
Okay. So
we got 2 locations.
Right.
St. Croix is our main location. So this is pretty much where we do our main releases and our limited releases. And then we have a 5-barrel brew house in St. Thomas. So it's our experimental batches or kind of like our pilot batches. We try to and see if we can make it upscale to this side, if it sells or if it's pretty much our research and development.
That's very cool. What's the distance of the 2 breweries? Like how long does it take to get from St. Croix over to St. Thomas?
It's like it took me this morning like less than 20 minutes flight.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do it ferry, but it'll take forever to get here. Yeah.
20-minute flight. It's like, hey, and we're in the air, and we're back down.
And we're now here we are.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
That is cool. So you said brewing on generator. Walk us through a little bit of like what it's like to brew on an island and why we ask that. We have tons of listeners who are familiar with breweries and brewing processes, but hops don't, I assume anyway, don't grow in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Barley and other grains aren't growing in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So what is that process like from both of your perspectives?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go first. That is, yeah, you're right. None of that will grow here. It's definitely not the climate. People ask all the time, so I think maybe hops would be closest. I think the farthest south anyone has ever grown them is Florida that I've heard of. But that was at a climate control warehouse, so that doesn't really.
Right.
I would love to get ingredients closer, and we do use local ingredients whenever possible, but it tends to be herbs, fruits, and those types of things. Obviously, the main 4 ingredients we do have to import. So we just have to look a little further afield. Lots of it we do get from United States distributors. But being in the VI, we're kind of in a strange void of, are we U.S., are we not? So whenever possible, we actually try and look and get directly from the supplier instead of going through the U.S. as a third party.
Interesting.
But that being said, it's an interesting day today, just pretty typical island. We lost power in the middle of a brew. A few hours. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Sometimes we just turn it into a kettle sour. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that today, but yeah, we try and get ingredients as fresh as possible. I have found a new shipper that'll ship the hops refrigerated, so it's just adding extra costs. So on already one of the most expensive ingredients in beer, on top of that,
Right.
As everybody knows, it's an energy intensive process. So everything we do is just the same, but more expensive and harder.
So
and harder, a lot harder.
So Jose, in terms of you, obviously you're in St. Thomas, the main brewery is in St. Croix. So are you getting ingredients kind of like by proxy? Are you having ingredients shipped directly to you? How does that work?
So my ingredients and my kegs come from St. Croix because this is pretty much the hub of the brewery. So me and Dave talk about a recipe or whatever we want to brew, and he sends me I came up with a recipe. He sends me whatever I need, and we come from there. So everything comes directly from St. Thomas. Everything comes directly from here, from St. Croix.
Gotcha.
I'm curious. You were telling us about the Oktoberfest that you've got brewing. Some of these like more classic beer types. Like how do you allow the islands to kind of influence what you do at Leatherback?
Honestly, like at least on my end, when I try to do some experimentals, I wanna brew something that the islands have never seen. For example, right now I'm drinking a Dunkelweizen.
Delicious.
Which and I don't think the islands have ever seen that style.
Right.
Same as cream ales. We got a spoke porter going on too, and we just keep brewing with new ingredients, local ingredients. We have an IPA with soursop. It's called Guanabana IPA. Guanabana is the Spanish word for it. And we also have an Acerola cherry sour, which is we also have a Hefeweizen with it too. That Acerola is a local cherry fruit. You won't see it at all except in the Caribbean.
That's cool.
So yeah, we're trying to implement new flavors and local flavors to get integrated with the community here, and it's all about our community and having people drink great beers.
Totally.
Especially with with all the backgrounds that we have on this company, it just makes it work. It's perfect. Yeah.
That's like an aspect of it that I wasn't even really considering, of like, how does the islands influence what you're doing? But it's more like what you're doing to kind of bring, a wider variety of beer to the islands. That's super cool. Right.
And, it also helps me do kind of like this R&D thing because we can see what goes and what moves. Like, for example, sure. I didn't know a Dunkel was going to be that popular, and it's one of my best-selling beers.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, totally.
In St. Thomas, yeah. So, I mean, it just surprises me that people are looking for this style of beers, Yeah. And I just keep brewing more and more.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just to emphasize that real quick it was a great opportunity to come down here and brew. I spent a lot of time brewing in the States, and in a more and more saturated market. Coming down here was like going back in time.
I bet, yeah.
Just brew quality beers. Simple beers, good flavors was enough, and you didn't have to be a milkshake, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just introducing people to fresh beer, because really there was nothing available here before.
Yeah.
If you could find a craft beer, chances are it was over a year old. Teaching people how to drink fresh beer.
That's my question. I mean, what is the, I know that like the Caribbean obviously is known for rum. So what is the craft beer market, or what is the craft beer experience like, not only in the Virgin Islands, but, across that area of the Caribbean as a whole?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's getting more attention. So the Caribbean it's a new market, pretty much. It's a naked market. There's no breweries around. Puerto Rico right now has around, I would say like 10, 12 breweries, but it's a bigger market. It has more people, it's a bigger island. You can have Bell's or, Boulevard or Stone or any other brewery that you want, it's available in Puerto Rico, but just Puerto Rico. Then after Puerto Rico, it's just a new market. I think that gives us an advantage because we can also educate customers on how fresh beer tastes and and how to really drink good beer.
So in terms of that, I mean, you both kind of mentioned some aspects of teaching people how to drink craft beer. So what do you think Leatherback has done in terms of promoting craft beer and getting people to really see that there's more out there than just your kind of blue canned beer?
Yeah. So we're educating people, doing events and these same styles as well. Like for example, we do something in St. Thomas. We do something called beer school. So we pretty much do like a intro on how to make beer and taste beer and like a little bit of history here and there, and people just engage in it. And I get a lot of questions about how beer is made. Also, we like to innovate as well with some education. Like right now, we have a kind of like a sour, and we brewed it kind of like Berliner Weiss style. Berliner Weiss originally and traditionally tend to have a syrup put to it. So we did an acerola syrup to complement the acerola sour Berliner Weiss that we brewed. And when we do it, we just educate the customers like, hey, this is a Berliner Weiss. Traditionally, you do this and you do that, and it's mostly flavor profiles. What you're playing with the customer. Like for example, if I tell someone, oh, this smells like, for example, olives or something, they will get it if I say it.
Sure.
Right.
So I mean, there's a lot of things that are very approachable to customers. So you can just pretty much like say like, get this citrus flavor or this like green or grassy flavor, or like it just help them, educate them, and know how to appreciate beer.
Totally. I'm curious, just because of the nature of how we be acquainted with you guys. What is the cruise culture, and how does that like kind of affect what you guys do? Is that like a major aspect? Do you like kind of consider that as like a way of reaching out and reaching a larger market, or is it just kind of more just part of just what you have to do there?
That's actually a good question. Based on what I've seen in St. Thomas, we're right in front of the port.
Yeah, totally. Totally how we came across you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's something to say hit or miss depending on who's in what crowd is in the cruise ship. But I feel and I believe that the brewery being there is getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, totally. It's a great location for sure.
And every week I get a bunch of brewers or people that are in the industry visiting and coming and engaging with what we're doing. And just having the cruise ships in front has helped us a lot get a lot of reach worldwide, not just in the States, but worldwide.
Right.
What about you guys in St. Croix?
Yeah, so we are on an excursion that we get way fewer ships than St. Thomas, and we're kind of off the beaten path, but we are on kind of a booze excursion that people get on.
Booze excursion, I love that.
Whether it was Crucian Rum or Captain Morgan, or we have a local vodka distillery also. I don't know who's on it right now or coming in the coming season, but people will do a stop at one of those, stop here, and come through. And we've had pretty good success with that. This past year, we saw more passengers than ever. And then, of course, the St. Thomas Brewery was purposely built right there so people could catch it.
Sure. All right, David. So what we'd like you to do, if you don't mind, is kind of walk us through a couple of these beers, and then Jose, walk us through the seawall. So let's first talk about the Reef Life IPA. Kind of what was the thought process behind this beer? What led you guys to put this one out?
So obviously IPA is the largest beer category, and we have to have one around. I've been brewing for a long time, from originally back in early 2000s when it was an arms race of who could have the highest IBUs.
Right.
And there were still lots of and there were still lots of crystal malt and IPAs, and then they started getting lighter, and we started using later and later hops, and then like barely any hops hot side at all. And this Reef Life is kind of a marriage of not all of that. We don't use very much crystal malt. We do use just the only crystal we use is Golden Naked Oats, which I just love the flavor of. So it's kind of West Coast inspired, and then but like not too hazy, not anything, but a marriage between East Coast, West Coast that way. Citra, Mosaic, touch of Equinox, and just real drinkable, and that's what I was shooting for. I do get I don't know whether it's a compliment or not, but a lot of people say I don't like IPAs, but I like yours. So either it's a terrible IPA or
That's funny.
yeah, but no, I think it's great, and it is definitely our top seller by a long shot.
So let me ask this: in terms of Reef Life as a whole, was it one of those ideas of like, let's make an IPA that is just drinkable, that is, dare I say, crushable, or was it one of those like, let's experiment, let's try and push.
Do what we like.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I was very quickly disavowed of any ideas I came to brewing in the island. Every thought that I had of brewing like 3.5% Berliners and Gozes and stuff and beach beers quickly went out the window because I realized that we were back in time, and there was definitely, oh wait, we're not there yet.
Right.
Bring people's palates. Now if we don't have a sour, we totally get asked for one. But it was an uphill battle to get there. So it was starting with more drinkable beers, more approachable beers, and then kind of going from there.
Very
interesting. Cool. Yeah. Next up, we've got the Beach Life right here. Tell us about the blonde ale you've got.
Yeah. So as you know, like most of the beers available down here are light and golden and mostly flavorless. So the Beach Life is, it's right there in the name. It's our beach beer. It is our answer to those boat beers, beach beers, something you want to drink all day. So super easy drinking again. Just a touch of, it's all sapphire hops in there, which is a hop that I really love, and just enough to kind of balance the Pilsner malt in there, and not a lot else, just a touch of Munich malt too, but keeping it crushable.
Cool.
Totally.
Would you say that Island Life is similar in that, like a kind of a response to your general everyday beer, being that it's a lighter lager?
I mean, for me, yes, but a lot of our drinkers actually, they feel like the Beach Life is more approachable.
Okay.
For one reason or whatever, another, Island Life is too hop. Yeah, I mean, I come from a long line of lager brewers in southeastern Pennsylvania, and brewing lagers and drinking lagers is very close to my heart, and brewing them well and traditionally. So I always want to have one available.
Yeah.
That is my go-to all the time. Crispy boys, keeping it clean, and
yeah.
That's for me. We do have plenty of Island Life drinkers, but that's kind of my baby.
Well, we talk about that all the time of like, and I don't want to say any brewery, but any brewery can go out and make a milkshake IPA and make it taste, approachable.
Interesting and different.
Sure. But like for us, and I don't know if it's just the evolution of us as beer drinkers, and honestly, I think it's the evolution of a lot of beer drinkers, is like, you kind of go from your big format brewing or beers into like IPAs, and then you go to IPAs to sours. And then for us, at least, we're kind of returning back to just what I would call more approachable beers, your lighter pilsners, a blonde ale, a lager. And when you get a brewery who does those well and they can crush those things, to me, I think I speak for Kyle too, that means more than, you've got an IPA and your IPA is great, but your pilsner is just, not.
Right.
So like to get a brewery like you guys who are doing the Island Life and you're doing the lager and you're doing it well, that speaks volumes compared to almost anything else.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. That's exactly what we're going for.
Absolutely. Okay, so how about the Bush Life? So this is different in terms of the first three that we've talked about already. This is a farmhouse ale. So what's the thought process behind that?
So Bush tea, is a very traditional drink down here. Everyone has their own version. Go out in the bush, see what's growing, cut it down. But one of the owner's moms has a great recipe, and traditionally she would use basil, lemongrass, sorrel, which is like a hibiscus, Jamaican hibiscus, and ginger. My idea was basically just to turn her recipe into a beer, and whenever I think herbs and spices, I think saison.
Right.
So that's where I went. So that is definitely our island-inspired flagship, and we have some die-hard drinkers of that, and people are blown away when they're like, wait, I know these flavors, and I've never had beer can taste like this. You're kidding me. So I think it's a really great bridge to get people to start enjoying craft beer.
Really cool. That kind of goes along the lines of Jose's end with pushing that experimental side too.
Right.
which is really cool. So Jose, why don't you tell us about the Seawalls, this oatmeal stout?
Oh yeah, so we brewed Seawalls to support. It's so Seawalls is a nonprofit organization. They do this year round, like every year in different spots. So this year, Seawalls Foundation is going to be in St. Thomas, and us in Leatherback in St. Thomas, we are the headquarters of that. So Seawalls brings a bunch of the best artists in the world to do murals and paint everywhere around the island, just to bring consciousness of the corals and like how the sea is being treated nowadays. And then this year is St. Thomas, so we're very proud to host the event in our premises. And so this is the reason why we brewed this beer. It's an oatmeal stout. Originally, this oatmeal stout is some of the profits are gonna go to Seawalls. That's why we brewed it. Yeah, it's a sweet stout. It's very easy drinking, very crushable, like for the island. And it's a nice beer.
Yeah, that was going to kind of be my question of like, the first four that we've talked about, these are, I don't want to say easier drinking, but you think of like they're island style beers. They're beers that you might want to go out and hang out on the beach with. But you think about an oatmeal stout and you're like, oatmeal, the Virgin Islands, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
That could be a challenge.
Yeah, but that's super interesting in that it's a sweet stout. It's something that's going to be on the lighter side, something that, even though it's a stout, you might want to drink out on the boat or out on the beach and going and hanging out. That sounds awesome. Can't wait to crack into that.
It's not like that die-hard heavy Imperial Russian stout that's gonna,
right.
Drinking that under the sun is, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we've all been there at some point, but Kyle, the last time I had a Guinness, which, Guinness on the beach, I don't know if you tried that. It's not a good idea.
Nah, I don't think I'd go that way.
It's not a good idea.
Old Rasputin under the heat. Yeah, there you go.
Enough. But like that's really cool talking about like the artists and the stuff that they're bringing into it, because like shout out to the can art, because the can art is pretty fantastic on all of your stuff. Like they all look super nice. Yeah. Like absolutely love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we have an in-house designer that does all ours, but that Seawalls was designed by them.
That's super cool.
Yeah. I agree. I like them all. So next time you see that in-house artist, you let them know that we love the can art on all of them.
Oh, yeah.
How can our listeners get in touch with you guys? How can they find some of Leatherback's beers? What can they do to reach out to you guys and connect with you guys?
So we are on the Instas and the Facebooks. I think they're all at Leatherback Brewing. They'll get you there.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. And we do our best. We're a small team, so we don't post a lot, but when we do, look out for it. Try and keep events going and whatnot. As far as in the States, like Jose mentioned earlier, we are distributed in South Florida, and our distributor there does male beer.
Oh, very nice.
So I think there's a link on our website, so you can check that out. You can click through and kind of order it through them, and if your state allows it, they will send you beer.
Awesome.
You can check us in St. Thomas at Leatherback Brewing STT, and we pretty much post whatever we're doing, either new batches or whatever events we have. Personally, at Beer Villain, that's pretty much my Instagram.
Cool. And of course, obviously, if anyone wants to book a plane ride down to the Virgin Islands, I mean, I support it because it is beautiful. And as you get summer, obviously it's going to be warm, but as you get to that like fall time, if you don't want the fall foliage of New England,
right,
and you want to experience something else, or hell, it's December and you're tired of drizzly disgustingness, you should go to the Virgin Islands because it's beautiful down there.
Yeah, well, and we always talk about it here. Like, there's something unique about beverages that like can trigger nostalgia and transport you to a new location and get you out of the rut that you're in. And I'm really looking forward to diving into these and getting myself back into the Caribbean ASAP.
For sure. Because so many things can do that. Just crack open a beer and man, we're back on the island.
Back on island time.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks. Yeah, so if you're at St. Thomas, go visit Jose. It's pretty easy to find. In Havenside, and here in St. Croix, we're right by the airport, so we're first and last stop. Coming off the plane, come say hi.
Awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, David, Jose, we definitely appreciate you guys taking the time out to hang out with us, talk to us about Leatherback Brewing.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Thank you for the invite. We appreciate it.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're going to have fun cracking into these, and
Totally.
we look forward to connecting with you guys in the future.
Yep.
Awesome.
All
Enjoy.
right. Thank you.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a
Yeah,
lot,
enjoy.
guys.
All right, Kyle, you want to start with the Beach Life Blonde?
Yeah, the Blondie there.
Yeah.
Coming in at a hot 4.5.
All right.
You geriatric computer over there.
It's like, I'm hanging on, Nick. I'm trying.
so hard, sir.
All right, what do you get on the nose?
I'm getting like some sweet, creamy citrus.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
Man,
almost
that's
like a
delightful.
citrus, like sorbet almost.
It's like orange specific, like orange peel in like the best way possible.
Right. Tang.
The drink, Tang?
Yeah. Yeah, that
Going
space.
space?
That citrus space drink.
Man, that is a nice nose.
Yeah.
It's light, it's
Indeed.
floral. Ah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm expecting a curveball here.
Going in.
Based off of David's comments. And it is.
Now there's a nice bitter that is like
man.
actually really, really
Yeah,
delightful.
really nice, like oaty, cereally note. At the end of it.
Yeah. That
Dang. That's quite delightful. Like that is totally like that's
oh, you could
beach
crush
beer, man.
you could crush
Yeah,
this on a
That is
beach.
beach beer. Like that bitter's like absolutely there, but it doesn't become overwhelming. And at no point in time does it become offensive in any way.
No.
That's just fantastic.
Just fantastic. Easy drinking, and easy drinking in the right way. It's not so light that like you get nothing. It's just like you got a lot of flavor. It's not like the mouthfeel is the right consistency. It's got a good viscosity. Delicious.
Yeah, that's super good. That's going to be hard to beat. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, you want to try another one?
Yeah, let's do another one.
All right, let's move on to the Island Life Lager.
Island Life Lager.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on from a blonde to just a regular.
Ready?
Ready. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now that I'm wearing half this beer. That pours a little better.
Perfect.
Gosh. It is all over me.
Yeah, half of that pour just didn't work.
All right, on the nose here.
Get a fairly similar nose.
Yeah, there's a nice malty nature to this one, though.
Definitely has more malt and less citrus.
Yeah, there's not. In fact, like I'm not getting a whole lot of citrus. I'm just getting like light, crisp, and refreshing.
I get that same similar kind of creamy note.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough,
Interesting.
almost that like I could halfway expect this to be kind of a lactosey kind of thing. But
Ooh. Okay, I see what you're saying, but I don't get
I don't think it will be. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying, like,
I know what you mean. Like that
it's
little,
reminiscent of that.
creamy aspect.
Yeah, that creamy sweetness.
I totally get what you're saying, but I think I'm attributing that to the malt that they're using.
Sure.
And it's just, man, it is light. It is fresh.
Woo,
There's
give
some
it a
like
swirl,
I know.
man.
I just did. Like it's flowery.
Yeah, it's
flowery.
Aromatic.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
I'm going in. Dude.
Yeah, man. There's
What?
there's nothing there to, even complain about.
Wow.
That's just solid.
That is super solid, man.
Again,
All day. Give me that all day.
on the beach. I'm happy all day long.
Yeah, that Beach Life was coming in at 4.5. The Island Life comes in at 4.9. You could convince me otherwise.
I think
You could
totally.
convince,
I'd be the same way.
Like, not 4 even. Easy. Man, that is delicious.
Yeah, bro. Like seriously, those are delightful
Wow.
and like quintessential beach beer.
Easy beach
You
beer.
know?
Throw that in a cooler. Yeah, put that in your Dreppin' Stone koozie.
Sit underneath a palm tree with that in your hand,
Yeah.
killing it.
You got the koozie because you're a Patreon on Dreppin' Stone, and you got the koozie now.
You got the koozie. Moving on.
All right.
Okay, next we are going into what I feel like was, I think, going to be the most interesting.
Yeah.
Or at least what I'm most interested in trying.
Okay.
Based off of the conversation with the lads from Leatherback, is the Bush Life.
Bush Light.
The cute. The Bush Life, sir.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
It sounded like a can opening.
Yeah. Almost.
There was a.
we got really close to that.
That's okay.
That was the explanation I expected to get when I asked, like, how does the Caribbean lifestyle affect what you do? It's this.
100% in a can.
You're taking a bush tea that is a culturally significant thing that they do, and you're trying to turn that into a beer.
Yep.
I like their answer.
Yeah.
About like it's almost the other way around of how does our beer affect the culture
Exactly.
and fuse itself into the culture. But like, no, I'm super interested in this.
Yeah. So it's got lemongrass, sorrel, ginger, and basil, just like David said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring it.
Here we go.
I'm glad you're pouring these.
Because I'm wearing half the beer
Yeah.
on the nose.
Damn.
Whoa.
That's cool.
I totally get like ginger and basil. Like that's what hits me initially, ginger basil.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know if I could pick out sorrel necessarily.
What did he say that was similar to?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember.
Something.
But
no, there is like a little twang or funk that's not identifiable.
Man,
Cool.
it's bright. It's floral.
Yeah, totally.
I keep saying that, but that's kind of
It's like potpourri.
yeah.
There's a lot of happening there.
Yeah.
right.
I do get the lemongrass. Like I get a really bright, fresh lemon note.
Agreed.
All right, I'm going
and
in.
it's like dark at the same time. Bro.
That is fantastic.
That is like
What?
That's like more like almost like cocktail-y.
What?
That's super fun.
That is unlike anything I've had.
Was
like
this
flavor palette wise?
That's good.
You know what I really like about it?
What's that?
It's 6'9".
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, but it does not drink like 6'9".
Right.
And what's nice is like it's the quality of the carbonation here is really light to me.
Right.
In like the bubbles are really fine. So you get some of those, all those flavors are enhanced because of that.
Right.
And you get all of those notes individually, but together and the combination here is so like refreshing. It's like, man, I almost like, you said cocktail, I almost want to like put this over ice.
Yeah.
And, like in one of those metal tumblers with our Drep and Stone sticker on it.
Yeah.
Man, this would like, you could totally crush this on the beach.
Well, and at the same time, the fact that he was saying that this was a family recipe
Yeah.
of like one of the owner's
Mom, I think,
mothers
yeah.
or grandmothers, like how cool that it's this good too.
Yeah, beer and a
something
story.
that reaches into like such a cultural
That's,
element.
That's such a good point.
That's amazing.
It's such a good point because like so many brewers, and this is not knocking those brewers, but so many brewers are just making a beer because they're responding to popular culture. They're responding to brewing culture. But this is
like you said, you got to have an IPA.
yeah, for sure. But this is we want to make a beer that is representative of not only like our islands, but our owner's mother.
Yeah.
Like that is
That's
so
nuts.
cool. And like it is delicious.
Yeah, delightful. That's fun and delicious.
First of all, we got to go back to the Virgin Islands to get some more of this beer.
Yeah.
Second of all, if we can't make it down that far yet, we can just pop on
can
down
at least
to
make it down to Miami.
South Florida.
Yeah.
We can make it down there for sure. Man.
Whew. Oh, I hope this is down there because this is amazing.
Yeah, me too. All right. You want to move on to our next one?
Yep. What's next?
Next is the Reef Life IPA.
Reef life.
Reef Life. Do you see a theme going on?
A lot of life.
A lot of life, which is good
living that
because,
life.
you know, life is important.
It's quintessential, I would even argue,
Honestly, it's all I got.
to any experience you've ever had.
Correct. You ready? All right. Here we go. Pouring the Reef Life.
Reef life.
This is the IPA.
Yeah.
90% of that made it into the glass this time. I poured you a big pour. Sorry.
Thanks.
All right, Kyle. This one comes in at 6.5 ABV.
Nice.
Wow. So
That's a strong ABV. 6.5. That's respectable.
it's respectable. Exactly. What do you got on the nose?
I've got dandelion.
What? Dandelion? Specifically?
Dandelion specifically.
I don't know if I could like pick out like, nope, it smells like dandelion.
I can.
Was it dandelion or dandelion?
I say danda.
I say danda too.
I don't know if that's a North Alabama thing.
I say
It's
danda.
Dandelion.
Dandelion.
I don't say dandy.
I know
Dandelion.
people that say dandelion.
I think I've heard it also.
Yeah.
But personally,
Just when I hear
off the tongue.
But when I
it
hear
would be
dandelion, like
dandelion.
I hear dandelion, I think of like a lion in like penguin suit with a top hat. He's a dandelion.
Oh sure, yeah.
Not like the flower.
little, light in his loafers.
Well, he's wearing loafers. That automatically
prancing
makes him a
around.
dandelion.
Yeah, he's
exactly.
a dandelion.
Yeah.
Yeah. for
Anyway.
sure. Blue ribbon lion.
Sure.
I got you.
On the nose? What you got on the nose? There,
I got dandelion. Yeah,
That's that.
dude, that is legit. Like
don't know.
I mean like the yellow blossom, not the
Oh, okay.
Like I mean, like the yellow flower.
Okay, I'm with
of
you.
a dandelion.
Not the seeds. Not the yeah.
Not,
Okay.
not that. I mean, like the flower.
Yeah.
That is legit what it smells like. That and like maybe marigold.
I love how specific you are.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I can pinpoint like floral and maybe like herbaceous. I don't know if I could pinpoint like marigold.
Nah, it's dandelion. There's some marigold in there, but it definitely smells a little bit more weed. And I think dandelion fits into that weed aspect a little more specifically than dandelion.
Okay.
Than marigold. So yeah, it's definitely dandelion.
Okay. I get IPA.
Do you really?
Yeah, I get dank.
I get like obviously dank.
Yeah, right.
Kind of a thing, but like there's like that floral element.
Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely.
Dandelion.
Yeah, for sure. The floral's there. I already went in. You heard it.
What a bitter.
Whoa.
And that's really, like, to me, that's a curveball. I wasn't nosing anything near that kind of a bitter.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, but it's not
tip of the hat.
It's not a bitter that's like bitter. It's not clenching bitter. It's a bitter that's like softened by this really nice like okay, so you got some nice sweet and then it goes into this bitter that is perfectly complemented.
Yeah, no, to me,
Wow.
it's such a refreshing bitter
Yeah.
off of what we've already had from their portfolio.
For sure.
That now you throw this at me and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
That's really refreshing.
Okay. One could say, hey, we've had a conversation with David and Jose, and we're blowing smoke up everybody's asses because they sent you beer. They already know that you like your stuff.
Right.
They didn't know that.
No.
Like 100%.
And I don't think we would have necessarily like
No, that's not us.
No.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
Like it legit is.
Yeah.
Like, this is good stuff. I would put the Drep and Stone stamp on this so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I mean, I don't know how you don't, because every representation that we've got here is like fantastic.
All right, you feel good about that one?
Yeah, I do.
All right, you want to move to our last one?
I do.
I don't, because that
But
means
the
that
same
we're at
time,
the
like,
end.
I want to like finish what I've got because these are solid.
They are solid. I honestly, we might have
I'm
to,
kind of blown away right now.
we might have to order some of these.
I know.
This is the one that Jose was raving about.
Yeah, really interesting story.
Yeah,
of like
super
how
cool story.
this how the seawalls is going to be based in St. Thomas this year.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
Man, did you hear that?
Can I say like how sad I am that we can't try the Dunkel
Yeah, me too.
at this point
And the Oktoberfest?
and the October.
Jose.
Will the Oktoberfest make it to South Florida? That's an interesting question.
Listen, Jose, David, we need some of the Dunkel. We need some of the Oktoberfest. We need more of your beer.
Yeah,
That's really what we need.
there's nothing else to say.
I mean,
This is good. This is amazing.
it really is. Okay, let's get to the last one.
Okay, oatmeal stout.
All right, on the...
Wait.
Oh.
Have you already gone in?
No.
Okay, what do you think? Like, is this
Okay.
going to be another amazing thing, or is there a chance that like
Okay.
in the islands in this beach culture doesn't work?
Super great question, which is why I posed it also to David and Jose. I'm skeptical, but the four that we've had already, you've got me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm won over.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that this is a bad thing.
I can't either.
So
But here we go.
I got to say that
All right.
this is going to be amazing too.
On the nose. Coffee.
Wow, that's great.
Like sweet oatmeal coffee in like the best way possible.
Balcones rye, cask strength,
Yeah. So different. Man.
like dark coffee.
Yeah.
Really dark.
Already like this is a beer that my dad would drink on the beach.
Totally. Totally it is.
It's 9.8. Yeah, I'll drink that on the beach.
Yeah, give me to that.
Yeah.
I don't even need an umbrella.
No.
Just straight sun.
Okay, to be fair, this is 5.4. I think it's easy drinking.
It is easy drinking, but when you know something like this,
Oh,
you're
sure.
like, well,
Sure.
this is gonna be a 9.0.
Yeah. All right. Plop it in there. Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's really good.
In terms of stout, that's exactly what I expect in terms of a smooth, sweet oatmeal stout. It's easy drinking.
I don't get any sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely get sweet.
I don't get a drop of sweet.
Yeah.
To
I
me,
get
that
some
is
sweet
that
there.
is black coffee all day long.
I'm thinking like black coffee with some like sugar in it. Yeah, for sure.
Two grains.
2 grains of sugar, like
Two
boop,
grains
boop.
of sugar. Just a little bit of
bloop, bloop.
Not even. You can't even hear it because it's only 2 grains.
So what's it sound like? Okay.
Yeah. To me, that is like bitter. It's just black coffee. I'm not hating it for it, and I kind of like it.
Oh no, I definitely
in retrospect to what I was expecting it to be, which was a bit of a sugar bomb.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Like when I think of like a sweet stout, I think of like overly sweet
oatmeal stout.
Like sweet.
Yeah.
I'm saying like in terms of the repertoire that we've had, this makes total sense to me that this is an oatmeal stout, a little on the sweet end, but it's light. And I think that maybe that's what I'm attributing to. And light in terms of this is not a heavy mouthfeel.
Agreed.
Would I want to drink this on the beach? Probably not. Would I want to drink this on the beach?
When you drink this on the beach, first thing in the morning.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of your coffee,
Whoa.
you crack this. You're sitting out there as the sun's rising. That ain't bad.
That sounds like my kind of beach weekend.
Yeah. Maybe just had breakfast, but even if you skip breakfast, you go straight into this to start your day. I could totally do that because, I mean, that's what I do.
Man, you drink beer for breakfast?
No. I don't usually have breakfast. I just go straight to black coffee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally.
That's what this is. So, like, if I'm on vacation, maybe that's where I go. I just go straight oatmeal stout to start my day.
Yeah. But not heavy oatmeal stout. The Seawall's oatmeal stout because
You want a Bloody Mary?
No.
I got a thing.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Man.
This will start my day just right.
I do not disagree at all. And what's nice is that it's only 5.4. Yeah. I know
so
that like
it's not
earlier,
screw you up.
we said like you expect 9.0.
Right.
But at 5.4, you're
safe.
Good.
Yeah, totally.
And what's cool about that is you can move. That's such a good point because you can move from the Seawall to, if you want to then hit up the Island Life a little bit later, you could make this a whole day and you're set.
Totally.
Wow.
You can plan out this arrangement of beers.
Yeah.
Of like, yep, nope, this is what I'm going to do after breakfast while I'm just chilling in the sun. All right, now I'm going to move over here while I'm playing cornhole and be good to go.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you in that line.
Party beer.
In that line, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do.
All right.
All right, here's my go-to.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna go the Seawall's oatmeal stout.
Yep.
Start it off.
Because coffee.
Get you that kick. For sure. I'm gonna then go to the Beach Life Blonde. A little bit of flavor here, kind of pick me up like okay.
All right.
It's getting hot out.
Yep.
We're somewhere in the 11 o'clock, maybe noon hour.
Sure.
I'm gonna reach for that Island Life.
All right.
Crisp, refreshing. Gonna go great with like a sandwich. Delicious
sandwich.
Yeah, like a beach sandwich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You get a little sand in there.
Absolutely. A little texture.
Yeah. Crunchy.
A little grit.
But then after lunch, I want something that's going to wake me up a little bit, shock my system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to go to the Reef Life.
Oh, yeah. The IPA.
Yeah, the IPA.
So
like, it's a little, yeah, exactly.
Give a little energy boost.
Little bit of a bitter, little energy boost. I'm going to end my day on the Bush Life because I'm going to end on this like,
sun's going down.
Exactly. Yeah, and
legit. Got those island
vibes.
Through.
Exactly. That's how I'm gonna end it.
That's a sunset in the can right there.
It 100% is.
Yeah,
for sure.
Wrong.
Now, I could say like anytime for any of these, anytime gonna be great.
Right.
But that's gonna be if I had this lineup and I'm gonna do that over the course of the day. That's the way I'm gonna do it.
I can't argue with your logic. Sir.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. No.
Thank you. I figured you could.
Yeah. I mean,
not
I
argue
could.
with me.
I could. Wow.
Yeah. Right?
Wow.
Good. Yeah. I'm impressed. So, Kyle, overall, Leatherback Brewing, final thoughts, go.
I'm not sure in the years of doing Drip and Stone that I have found a brewery that I was so cohesively stride with what has been presented in front of me.
Every single one of these, and hearing David talk about it, hearing Jose talk about it, every single one of these has presented something different, and everyone has been spot on.
Yeah.
It's been so good.
Like understanding what each one is meant to be.
Yep.
And appreciating the differences in the style of beer that it is and all of that. Like, just absolutely, like, none of them would I say, like, that's not for me.
Right.
Or, that's a bit much. Too much of a flavor adjustment there.
Or too sweet or too bitter. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, every single one of these, super approachable. And quite honestly, delicious.
Yeah. It's hard to say for a brewery overall. Like,
Yeah, for
honestly,
sure.
like when you think about their whole repertoire, I mean, granted, we have 5 of their beers. I know they do more than 5 beers, but to have 5 beers.
I'm super jealous right now because I want that Dunkel.
Jose.
I want that Oktoberfest.
David, listen. No, I am totally impressed. I went into this with a fresh kind of open mind, like not necessarily expecting everything, and I was blown away by all 5 of these.
Indeed.
And good on you guys. So we want to know if you've had a chance to make it down to the U.S. Virgin Islands and try Leatherback Brewing. If you haven't made it to the USVI, have you made it to South Florida? Have you tried Leatherback in South Florida? What do you think about it?
Or did you fly straight into St. Croix and just got it straight from the source?
Oh, yeah. That might not be a bad flight. Fly down to St. Croix, jump off the plane, grab your beer, jump back on the plane. You could probably be in Orlando. I don't know. How long is the flight to St. Croix?
In and out, you're talking about like 6 hours.
6 hours?
Yeah, straight out. In there, grab the beer, come back. Yeah, 6 hours.
You think it'll still be cold?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you
take a cooler bag with
sure.
you.
You got some time tomorrow?
No, I got to work tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, man.
No, that's okay. I'll go without you. I'll bring you some back.
I'll give you some money.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll bring you some back.
There you go.
Yeah.
We heard there's a lot of breweries in Puerto Rico.
Sure.
You know, maybe there's a great experience there that we need to also partake in.
Reach out. Let us know. You can do that through email. That's drepandstone@gmail.com. You can also do that through social media. It's always one word.
Drep and Stone, DREP and Stone. Find us, like us, share a thing, comment on a thing, or hell, just join us on Patreon.
Oh, that's probably the best way. You get some nice behind the scenes. You get some back and forth. You get some fresh crack Fridays. You get what we're drinking during the week. It's all good stuff. I support it. Cal supports it.
Indeed. It's a
all
lot
good.
of like very catered content specifically for the Patreon.
Speaking of Patreon and supporting Drep and Stone, it's patreon.com/Drep and Stone. You can also support the podcast through rating Drep and Stone, whatever it is. You find great podcasts like this one. That's honestly, Kyle, that's like super helpful, especially right now. I don't know if all the listeners understand like the algorithm.
Right.
Right. But just like Google algorithm and podcast and give us a quick rating. It really, really helps us out. And the last way, Kyle, just reach out. Tell someone, hey, you need to listen to Drep and Stone. Here's my favorite episode. It was episode 137. It was a killer episode. Go check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, we're on the YouTubes now.
We are.
Go stick a thumb up on the YouTube.
Stick a thumb up to YouTube.
Stick it right up Drep and Stone. And,
Sure.
And follow and subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
May your glass overflow.
And your ass never show. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Oh, he's there. Perfect timing.
Back at you, buddy. Uh-oh. Shouldn't have said that. So sorry.
Oh, yeah. Tons better.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle.
Too
So,
loud and crazy guy. Yes.
Recording stopped.
That's a fantastic backdrop, though. You got the tanks there.
Yeah.
I'm hearing myself twice, so I just did.
Yeah, me too.
and we'll cut it all together and we'll make it sound pretty, I promise.
Reaching far corners of the globe.
The mailman dropped it off. I'm like, oh shit, it's got a green label. What does that mean?
Track now.
Is it all gone? It's just an empty box, but now it's totally got it all. What's in the box? It's like maple syrup and a couple other just souvenirs and like trinkets.
Yeah.
That's just some fun stuff.
Knickknacks.
I
get some citrus.
I love Sweeney Todd.
I love.
It is my
Sweeney
favorite.
Todd.
It is. I'm not a musical guy. It is my favorite musical.
Yeah. Huh. You got a hammer? Damn it! Why wasn't I recording that?
You can't do that. Damn it.
Bro, I just said what you were trying to say.
Yeah, but you said it
as
after-
I was sipping. I just finished it for you.
All right.
Oh man, that was
It's kind of funky.
foamy. We're gonna need some of your knife skills to be stabbing at that.
Smell that real quick.
It's going on the Patreon, where dirty words are allowed. It's your duck lips.
That's what Carol says.
I've had diarrhea that sound like that.
That's gross. That's going on the reel.
Bet.
Oh, look at
that's
you.
it, man.
You and the 16-year-olds.
That's it.
Facts.
Damn. Because I bet you got more in there. I might, if you, no.
No, say what you're going to say. Ready?
That green tape does wonders.